Hey guys, Tom Moore here with American Facility Care on the Cleaning Indie podcast. Just giving a quick update as to the current state of the flu season here. Just looking at an article here on a national news website, flu hospitalizations hit an all-time weekly high in densely populated state, officials warn. So this is something that shouldn't be fear-mongered over, but just given due diligence to. We want to go back to the basics of how we address this. We don't want to just take a disinfectant and just aerosol and spray it and pray, spray in the air and pray that it kills something. We want to go back to what actually works in cleaning fundamentals. So let's look at this real quickly here. Looking through this article, looks like this is in New York City. The New York State Department of Health has announced the highest number of flu hospitalizations recorded in a single week. So the state confirmed the uptick in hospital visits in a press release on January 2nd as flu cases continue to rise in the region and nationwide. So, this is something to just be aware of. Again, we're not trying to fearmonger. This happens almost every year. There is a specific variant, it looks like, subvariant K, that is in this flu season. And it looks like the current flu shot addresses that variant as well. So they're encouraging everybody to get their flu shots. But I want to take a quick look at what we would do to address this. I think it really starts with, our homes, making sure, our kids go out and, we love them, but they're like little congregations of petri dishes sometimes when they get together and get in each other's faces and personal spaces. And I know that's happened with our small kids at some point in our house as well. So you just want to encourage our kids or family to do basic hygiene, washing hands if they're under the weather, not feeling well, just keep their distance from each other, from us a little bit, even though it's tough in that time. And sometimes you can't, so that's understandable. And then if, you're not feeling super well, maybe take a couple sick days from work. And so you don't spread that joy to your coworkers. And so these are just some basic things. And then, if you clean your house yourself, there's a couple things to keep in mind. Like we said, we're not just taking aerosol spray and just spraying the air and praying it disinfects everything. There's something called biofilm, and that is basically a living organism. Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. It's sticky, and it can harbor these types of infections within them. And so we want to make sure that we're eliminating those. So that elimination is a two-step process. The first is, according to the CDC, we've got to remove that soil load. And so you could use any type of soap and friction. Like you could use a lot of times at home, we use like power spray, foam soap, dish soap, and like a warm washcloth. And then we come back behind that, and what's going to mitigate like these infections, these flus and different things on our surfaces is the disinfection process. So we'll come behind that with a disinfectant spray, and then each disinfectant is rated to have a specific dwell time. So many times it's like 10 minutes dwell time where that surface needs to stay wet for 10 minutes, and then it will kill whatever the label says it will kill. Some of the hospital grade disinfectants will kill all of these viruses in 60 seconds or less, but they're a little bit more expensive. And so you can typically some of the ones off the counter will have between a 60-second and 5-minute kill time, maybe 2 minutes, something like that. So just read the label of whatever disinfectant you use and make sure there's plenty of dwell time there. There's another article going around of this super deadly superbug fungus. I feel like we hear about these often. There's one that was first identified in 2009. It's now in 60 countries, dozens of states in America here. And it's a deadly drug-resistant fungus spreading across the U.S. It looks like it's affected 7,000 cases across dozens of states in 2025. Again, I think these are things that we hear about almost every year, but just something to be aware of. This particular strain is spreading throughout hospitals. And so that's something, if you work at a hospital, to take into account when you're utilizing your cleaning practices there. Again, if you have a cleaning contractor at your place of work, talk to them about what they are doing to help fight this. Like they should be cleaning extra extra cleanings of high touch points in your building each night. So even like on your desks, your employees' desks, like a lot of times, you eat at your desk, you drink coffee at your desk, it spills on your desk, and that spill can trap viruses underneath them and create that biofilm we talked about. So just make sure you're talking with your cleaning contractor, have a good open line of communication with them. If you have in-house cleaning staff, relay this to them that, hey, you want to make sure you're wiping those desks down, disinfecting them each night, and not whatever the frequency was before flu season. Article here says with the flu season that this is typically January, the highest month of infection. Again, it's not something to be completely worried about. Just we need to take these special precautions. And if we do, I think we're going to help eliminate this in our homes and our workplaces. So I just wanted you to be aware of these things and give you a little bit of tips and tricks to combat this. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.